Happy Friday. Happy Charlotte play-ins. Nothing I'd rather be doing on this play-in Charlotte Friday than trading. So let's go over the trades we made. First trade we were in was Walmart. This wasn't the first trade we were in, but it is a trade we were in. The first trade we were in was C. For some reason, it starts with Walmart. For Walmart, what we did is we saw this elephant bar right on a flat, narrow state. If you look back, here's the Fab Four. Draw it up. Here's a tail bar. Here's another tail bar. Dual tail bars. You get a cross right here. That's when you should enter elephant bar. And then you would think maybe a pullback and then come back. What we did is we got in on the elephant bar. We were a little late to it. It went down a little bit for us, then it came up, and we were at about 3/4 of the elephant bar, so control was lost. So we decided to pull out. That was a loss for us. The main reasoning behind that was the whole market was going up. Everything was going up, but we had this elephant bar going down. So the pressure overall was to go up. And I think that's why we got, hey, elephant bar, bull 180 this way. And you would think that that would mean, hey, Walmart's going to go up. And if you look at the 5 minute, that's what ended up happening. We go to 10 and nothing here. It's just a narrow state, but that's good for us because our most explosive moves come out of the narrow state, so it's kind of flat. Let's eliminate the 8 for now. So right here, we're looking at something perfect for what our strategy involves. Then we get this boom. I think it's better seen right here on the 5 minute. Boom, kind of an elephant bar to start off, flat, right off. Not an elephant bar, but an elephant bar off of a flat 200, and then we're off to the races. Now that happened around 11 o'clock, so we're done for the day. So probably right here, 11 o'clock. Wasn't above it, but that would have been, hey, right about here. Combine these bars, take out position of power. Remember, that can be played as a 200, dual 200s. It's above it. Take out. What happens? It just rides it. Now, while it's riding, what could we have done? We could have done a, hey, take out of this red bar right there, take out of this red bar right here, take out of that red bar, set the stop right there. Some other ones, that's a little too far away. Maybe you try this one, take out, you get something a little closer, take out, but at that point, you got some distance away. But it keeps going up. Take out. Jeez. Now 14 comes. We're back 14:30. Around like right here. Distance. Not quite a 45, but it is angled going up. We might be able to play it down. but it still wants to go up. That's the end of the day. That's the end of the day for Walmart. We lost on Walmart. If you can remember that. And then, so the winning play really would have been, hey, bull 180, green bar. You combined these. You knew for the day it was going to go up. So our loss was right here. And really, we should have been watching. This should have been a watch list the whole time, with the state being so narrow, the Fab Four being what it was. And these two tail bars should have been indicating that right here is when we sold. And then we would have taken all of this. And then we could have got the tail bar right here for the reversal. And then this would have been the stock that makes your whole week, you know. So let's go to our next stock. This is our first stock we traded on, C. Again, same theme. All the stocks are going up. Oh, we saw a Fab 4 right here. Not all week, but today. Fab 4 right here. First was red. Nothing to the left, but that's the wrong color. We should have color takeout, bought in right here, then rode that up, and maybe got out here. And it looks like if you look at the 5, that would have been a good exit. And then you had another entry right here. That probably was 11.15. We would have been out, but if you traded plus 11, that would have been a great one. But where we messed up is we said, hey, let's combine these two bars. Nothing to the left. Take out here. The stop would have been here. And we just weren't getting any motion, so we kind of had that loss on Walmart, and we didn't want to lose any more, so we just stopped out here and took our loss out for what it was. That loss would have been too much for us to really maintain with our previous loss. But had we have just been able to keep the stop right there, which might mean we were playing with too many lots, quite frankly, we could have ran it up here and maybe even ran it up here. So let's say we keep going. This one doesn't really have any entries unless you look at hidden entries. Maybe this is a hidden entry right there. Here's a green bar takeout right there. Set the stop. Ride that one up. Now we're looking at 13. Maybe you sell here. There's nothing to the left. That would have been a nice sell. Keep in mind we don't play till 14:30. We're at 14:30. Looks like we could have played this one down. Set the stop. It was stuck in here. Roll over. But that's not flat. You would want that 200 to be flat. But it still seems to work. There's the end of the day. Here's Intel. Intel, you're looking at Fab 4, green bar, but it's indecisive, red bar, arrow going down, alphabet saying it's going down, green bar takeout. You could get in here and set the stop, but it looks like it's pretty flat. Looks like it went up. What we ended up doing is we said, hey, let's consider this previous day's close as a 200, position of power, red bar takeout. We got this move right here. A little move, but considering this is just flat, at least for the 2 minute, it was a good move. And we're looking at 11 o'clock. We're out. Combine these bars, red bar, sell, set the stop. There's a tail bar right on a 200. That might be a good play. Looks like it temporarily was. And then it comes back down. We wouldn't be in it. We're waiting for 14. This is what we're looking for. Position of power. Tail bar. Wrong color. Tail bar. Does it go down from there? It does. 14 too early. 14:30. We're already 3-finger spread. Maybe play it up. Nope. We got it's flat, but what we had was a green bar takeout right here. And we were going to play that up since it was a flat 200 and not a diagonal 200 or a 45 200. It was a flat 200, so we were comfortable playing that up. Went against us the first time. The second time it worked for us. Played that up to here. Got a little nice little move. Nice little chunk there. And we got out on the previous day's close. That's often resistance. Next is Uber. Uber. We had a Fab 4 here. Wrong color. You could say green bar, green bar. Maybe you do a green bar takeout of this one or this one. If you would have done this one, you would have got stopped out. So let's say we did a green bar takeout of this one, but that would have been within the Fab 4. Maybe you did it so you said, hey, the 200 is so far away. Let's X out this as a Fab 4. So make it just a Fab 3, which makes sense sometimes. Then you get, hey, X, get in here. get out there. You could have said green bar take out of the red bar here. Got that move. Set the stop right here. 11 o'clock, we're out. Even though we're out, let's say you could have caught this. Bear 180, most powerful move. Bear 180, it led to turnover here. Nope, not all the way down. Maybe it did. Would have been a nice trade. This is a flat 200 position of power. Maybe that's a tail bar. Maybe this is a off the 200. Set the stop. Either or. You would have got stopped out on this one. That's a large bar. Probably wouldn't have wanted to held that either. Set the stop right here. Got eliminated from there. What we did is we looked at this. This is a tail bar off of a flat 200. That's one of our more powerful moves. That would have been the start of this move. We caught it off an elephant bar combined off of a 20. We sold right here. And it just went down. Got out here a little quickly. But we thought the move started here. So we were looking at leg one, leg two of a whale. And that was the end of that. That was the end of the day. So those are our trades. Those are our trades. Well, there's some other stocks I'm going to look at. Let's look at Intel. We traded Intel. Let's look at Merck. Oh, man. Look at that. Merck. Fab 4. First bar. Second bar. Buy into that. Maybe you could have got out some here. Add maybe some here. Set the stop. Get out. $11, we're out. You see that, but is it in the right position? I would say no. So I'm going to ignore it. It's 12 o'clock. $14.30. nothing to the left. Maybe you play it, but it's a distance away and it's late. Um, Exxon. Exxon is the one we were waiting for, ironically. So we were waiting on this stock all day, but we just stopped looking at it after a while. Um, but it ended up playing out like we thought it would, at least looking at the five. So narrow state goes to a position three, opens at a position three. This is a large move. We're waiting for a green bar to take out the top of this first bar so we can buy into it, or at least a green bar takeout. You could have played that and set the stop here as a hidden, but we were like, no, that's too soon. Good thing we didn't think that. It went lower and lower and lower and lower. We need power. It went lower and lower and lower. We need power. 11 o'clock, I'm out. Move didn't happen. Now, on the 5 minute, it looks like the move did happen at about 11:15. So let's keep going. It looks like it happened here, but it just doesn't show up on this screen because it's just scaled a different way based upon how it's based. So you would have ideally gotten here. Well, I still would say you would wait till it passes that first bar, and then you see how you get this, and you could have taken advantage 144.80 to about 146, which is good enough. And I think that's how you should play it. But the way you could play it is, hey, as soon as you get a significant green bar, which would have been this green bar, taking out this one, you could start that, and then that would leave you 142 to 146. And that's a great move. Now, we didn't really play that way. We were looking elsewhere because it just was going down at the time. But yeah, that's a takeout right there. You could set the stop there. That's a takeout. You could set the stop there. But it's just, it doesn't look like that on the 2 minute. So you just can't take advantage of it on the 2 minute. So those are the stocks that we played today. It's Friday. Wish it was Monday, man. Only career where you really wish you hope for Mondays. So hope you have a wonderful weekend. Have some fun activities scheduled. Spend some time with family. With love, go Charlotte.